Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Matthias is in foreign. Matthias takes on foreign 2025.
I think he's done very well.
And the
Leave
sun
his parents behind.
is sunning.
Yeah, no. The sun is not sunning. The sun is trying.
Anyways, we are walking.
It's come to Jamaica no reason.
Well, that's true.
Anyways, it's a
We're
new
taking
morning.
a walk.
Sun is shining. The Lord is still good.
That's right. That's right. So, as you can see, we are in St. Louis, Missouri. And
Wow.
today is day 1 of the start of the 62nd General Conference session. And, you know, the last video was airport. This video is road, ground, walk, train, people, enough people, vote, no vote, carry back to the committee. Well, we don't have those rights, but
Yeah,
hopefully we'll see some of those things.
Excitement.
Yeah, so right now we are walking. Where are you going? Listen, Harrone does love you walking, you know, man. So we are walking. We're trying to find a place, and then the next time you see us, I'm not sure where we will be, but we'll be somewhere. Peace. Say peace. If any one of you ever thought that I, Chantell, don't submit to my husband Harrone, today, I proved you wrong. Because we have been walking for the past 77 minutes. 77 minutes to get to a location. Come in the video, Harrone. Come in the video. Come and tell the people. Look at him sweating. And he's only sweating like that because of the color of his clothes. But so we took on another adventure. Much to my liking. But alas, we're here. But we need to get something cold to drink. I don't know about you. We need something cold.
Yeah, man, that water.
Alright, so the next you see us, we'll be getting ready to go to General Conference. Or probably, who knows, just a submissive wife listening to her husband. So I'm not sure what's coming up next on this episode.
Remember, folks, marriage is a blessing. It's a new day, a new morning. The sun is shining. The Lord is good. If you're ever in doubt, you know, just take some time. Take some time and read Lamentations 3:21 to 24. The Lord is good.
And His mercy endures for all.
He is good. He is good.
Alright, see you again.
And tell us about your adventure. Tell us about your adventure. You did an adventure today?
Tell us.
Let's still some time to work.
Come on, tell him hi. Come up. Say hi.
Unfazed by the adventure.
Yeah,
I tell you. I need to be as fit as you are.
Well, we did say the next time you'll see us, we'll be going when we're joined by the links times 2. Right, Harrone?
The liking.
The links.
The links is fine.
The links is fine.
Okay.
The husband approves.
Alright, it's approved.
And the wife shall submit. Copywritten.
Yeah.
20, I want to marry 20, whatever.
2022.
That day. Alright,
So we're excited to head to opening day of General Conference session 2025.
we realize you don't like when we move up and down, but don't get used to it, please. So, catch you. Another day we will tell you the story. But for now, we're on our way. Right, Mr.
Christ's love, redeemed by Christ's grace, empowered by Christ's Spirit. We can't wait to tell the story because there
Fix this man.
are at least one.
Pray that this place will be a sanctuary for you, that your holy angels will be moving around this place. I pray, Lord, that your presence will be felt in this place. I pray that you help us to have holy thinking. Whatever.
Encourage each of you, work with us.
Alright, it was just a heated business session. And
Exciting.
of course, we had to meet up with the
I was on the
Z from
edge of my
XYZ.
seat.
What happened?
He was on the edge of his seat.
Oh yeah, he was so excited.
Yeah, man.
Right?
Too
Play by
excited.
play commentary. If you can see my status, you know
You
the
know,
play by play
you know.
commentary.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know.
So Zara, how was it for you? Day one, down and dusty.
Day one, no, it was good. I think I love seeing people passionate about the work of the church and the direction of the church. So it was good. Tomorrow.
Alright. The best. Did you hear anything? Yup. It's the end of day one. Well, not day one of us. Not in Jamaica, but day one of us at GC.
Day one of the General Conference session.
Yeah.
Excellent.
How was day one for you?
Exciting.
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 So today, the delegates, they met in their caucuses, in their unions, and each union had like,
Representatives.
yeah, but not necessarily
Like a
guidelines
quota.
as to the quotas and who they should pick, either it's a youth, a male, a female, somebody of this age, that age, etc., etc.
And the picks from, so the picks from each caucus now will be aggregated, and that now will give the large committee, which then meets and picks the small committee,
which
otherwise known as the nominating committee, and that now selects the officers of the General Conference. President, Secretary, Treasurer, all the ministry directors coming down. So essentially, what happened in the local church also takes place at the General Conference. So the ministries in the local church has a counterpart in the General Conference. So like in a local church, we have Sabbath School and personal ministries. So General Conference, there is the Sabbath School. But in local church it's split, but for the General Conference and the conference sake, it is joined. So there's a family ministry director at the local church. There's a family ministry director at General Conference. There's a youth ministries. So youth ministries at local church, whether Pathfinder director, Adventure director, the Adventist Youth Society leader, there's a youth ministries leader and associates there at the General Conference.
And one of the things that I observed about today as well is that there are certain things that need to, in a sense, like get out of the way before we can really like get into business. That kind of organizational structure, did we get that from the pioneers, or just now we start use Robert Rules of Order?
I mean, the groundwork for the structure is there. All right. So as a pastor, there are a number of things that we have to appreciate. One, Seventh Church is a church run by committees. So that's why there must be board meetings, must be business meetings. Must have each department must have a committee, and you bring you bring it to the board, and the board vote, and then there are certain matters that the board support as secretary, the business meeting, and business members have to vote. So church run by committees we do representative church government.
We should do.
Right? We should do representative church government where the power lies in the membership. The power lies in the membership, and it is the members appoint delegates, right? So the members give the authority to delegates, for delegates to be stewards of the authority, and to make decisions on behalf of the members. But the delegates need to report to the members, right? Hence why you have board meetings, yes, where they are exercising the authority that the members give them, but they must have business meeting. You come and you report. So in the same way, you have the executive committee meetings, but then there's General Conference session where the reports are made. And so as a pastor now, so when I'm giving board meeting, I have to present the agenda. The meeting has to be called to order, right? And when the meeting called to order, the agenda has to be presented and agreed upon, and the meeting is going to be done within the bounds of that agenda. General Conference, same thing. There must be an agenda. Because you're not going to call people all over the world to come and just sit down and look at each other and say, all right, what we're going to talk about for the next 10 minutes.
What's affecting you guys at your local churches?
Yeah, and have rant polling, to talk about your top 10 issues. No, there's an agenda that is put together, and of course, at the meetings, they get the opportunity to modify the agenda. They just follow the rules and so on. Now, even when I'm having a meeting at a local church, there's rules of order to ensure the meeting runs smoothly, that the meeting is not dominated by a few or by a clique or a faction. Everybody has a say, and the thing is not chaotic, but it's structured, because order is heaven's first law. 1 Corinthians 14:40, let everything be done decently and in order. So in General Conference, imagine, I'm having my local board, in my district, in my local board meet, it's of different sizes, right? And the rule of order, no matter the size of the board, help for things to run, right? So imagine when you have thousands of people, different perspectives and opinions. If there's not some agreed to rule, it can easily devolve into chaos. Right? So that's why it is there. And if you're watching the stream today, essentially what happened is the meeting must be called to order, and then the agenda must be presented, right? So there's a chair for the session, there's a chairman for the session. The meeting is called to order, the agenda must be presented, the attendees of the meeting, the delegates, they are the ones who now say whether the agenda is going to stand or going to change it. So that's why it must be voted. And of course, with thousands of people gathered, different perspectives, right? And
point of order.
Well, some people say point of order when it's really point of information. But in the session, it was clearly seen who paid attention during the delegate orientation and who read the rules of order given to them and who did not, right? Because the far too many delegates revealed that they don't know the rules of order, and so you may have good intentions, but because you don't follow proper procedure,
your concern or whatever you want get thrown behind.
You get thrown because you don't follow the procedure that is agreed upon to conduct.
And the reality is that procedure is communicated to the delegates. So all everyone is communicated
exactly.
Read.
So all right. So in reminder, what happened in the local church? You just scale it up the general conference. When I'm having board meeting at local church, I remind the members ever so often, members of the board, about the rules of order, about how we conduct the business, how items get actioned, how we're going to conduct ourselves, and so on, right? It's only fair and proper that when you're going to have a meeting at the committee, you inform the committee of the rules of order, so that everybody's on the same page, that nobody is advantaged, right? And nobody is disenfranchised or disadvantaged by lack of information. So young people, when we're asked to serve on the local church board, and we're asked to serve on conference executive committee, union executive committee, right? General conference executive committee, and so on. Know the rules of order.
And not only that alone, Harrone, but also know why you're there and your purpose.
Right.
You understand what kind of impact you can actually make. What are some of the ways in which that you can actually activate change. Because today I realized that, and we're not gonna get into this because I guess in the other video because time up. That when it is that you're persistent on a particular topic, you have 1,040 ways for it to come back up. So if you tell me no now, check me again. I'll be back.
But remember that can only be the case if you know the rules of order.
Yeah.
Know the rules of order. No, unless the
tomorrow.
time. No,
yeah.
unless the time. Listen. All right. So we're Protestant Adventist Church. It's structured a particular way. Churches run a particular way. Things are done a particular way because we are trying to follow a biblical model. Now, in the book of Numbers, when the children of Israel were in the desert, Moses was God's spokesperson there. But Moses couldn't do everything, and so God set up a system where there was captain over thousands, captain over hundreds, captain over tens, and then there was representative from each house. And so wise men at each level were selected, right, to constitute that ordering, especially in civil matters. And what couldn't be handled by a so-called lower unit would be passed up to a higher unit, right? So you don't have higher unit now micromanaging. Right, we have the lower units now giving input and stewarding their sphere of responsibility and influence. No, so we come now.
A lot over there, man.
Yeah, but the wise will catch it. So we come now to the so-called New Testament after the death, resurrection, and ascension of Jesus. Now, the early church is moving, evangelism is happening. You go Acts 1 all the way through to Acts 14. There's a controversy. What did the brethren do? The brethren come together in a session in Jerusalem with leaders from Jerusalem, missionaries in the field, different representatives of the church at the time come together and read Acts 15. The issue is presented. The different parties speak, right? Peter, Paul shares his experience. Jerusalem brethren share their experience. Peter shares his experience, and notice, the prophetic voice operates in that session. And at the end of it now, James Evidently, James, the brother of Jesus, who would have been presiding, or one of the leaders of that session, gets up and says, "It seems good to the Holy Spirit and to us," which means that it was the work of the Holy Spirit through representative leaders of the church would have made decisions, and then they sent out a bulletin. They sent out a bulletin from the meeting to the church brethren. So not all the church brethren met, but the representatives met. Matters were considered, decisions were duly taken, led by the Spirit, and then the bulletin was sent out to the brethren, and these decisions now became binding on the brethren wherever they were in every territory. Right? So in the Seventh Methodist Church now, we come together with a general conference, right? With due representatives from that's why you have local representatives, and it goes up conference representatives, union representatives, right? That's why it's not just pastors who are there, but there are non-pastors. That's why it's not just persons who don't work for the church, but persons who work for the church. So you get the representation, persons on the front line, persons who are in academia,
everybody.
So come together, right? And then that's why the Adventist Review publishes bulletins.
Adventists come down bank to bank.
Right. That's why the Adventist Review publishes bulletins of the day's proceedings, and the things are now, thankfully, COVID has done something good, where the church itself facilitates the live stream of the session, because I remember 2015, it was individuals who visited who were live streaming the proceedings, right? And then in 2022, the church started the live stream. And friends, nothing is wrong with transparency. We need to see how the church operates. And young people, you need to see how big people don't have no sense when these meetings are called, how agendas fly and something there, you know. And we need to see the direction that the church is going. So we can know, you know, it's time to step up and own this. All right? So that's why. And remember 1 Corinthians 14:40, the things be done decently and in order. Now, as usual, you know, my status would have the play-by-play, because this is the juicy stuff. Now watch the church manual. When the church manual agenda items come up, that is when fireworks is going to go off. And there's a particular statement released in 2021 that a certain faction is going to come up again with it. So, you know, you can watch out for those maybe 2 or 3 exciting things at General Conference session. And, man, we don't have time to tell you, the exhibits are looking good.
Yeah, right? Tomorrow, the aim is to go there earlier tomorrow, so that we can show you. Yeah, you saw some of the exhibits today, but want to
big goals.
You know, see how best we can show some tomorrow. All right.
Big goals.
So, all right, day 1 done and dusted. Later.
Right.